Hey everyone, I'm just adding a little bit of color here. Didn't like the original red that I used, so I switched. Ooh, sorry about that. Not sure what happened there. I have 401. We will get started. Grab your paper and pencil. I ask that you don't use scrap paper. My settings are a little goofy on my phone. Getting notifications that I shouldn't get while I'm on here, so I apologize for that. And let's get started. Anyway, I ask that you just, don't use scrap paper because then you're more inclined to throw it away. Which is, we want you to keep your work and maybe be able to refer back to it as a reference when you need it. Hopefully you're creating tangles. I have a hard time stopping when I get started. We'll stop there. I'll put that out of the way to dry. Man. Put my watercolors away. And open up my sketchbook. Here were some of the last designs that we did. I think I liked that reef. That was a fun one. And mirror was good. You can hear my kiddo talking next door. So we have 3 tangles for you today. Not sure. So we have one tangle to show you, and then we'll show you a tangelation of it, which is basically another version that you can do. I'm gonna use pencil today, and this one is really fun. Just create a series of loops, and then you're gonna go through that way. Whoop, broke my pencil. That's why we always have spares here. And you're kind of just going back and forth so that they're facing inward. And then our next line will start like this. My pencil's a little more dull here, but it still works. And then I'm going to go on this side. So this one you can have a lot of fun with. I'll do another little variation here. And you could go really big to fill up a space. Have a lot of fun with it, which is kind of where we're headed with our next one. Anyway, you're essentially just going to fill up this space with your ink tangle. And just have a little bit of fun. There we have it. Almost like a series of scribbles. A lot of back and forth. Well, if you wanted, you could fill in your lines when they're back to back. Have a little fun that way. Again, you could add some color to it if you wanted. Make them stand out a little bit. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You know, it's your call. Whatever you prefer. Otherwise, there is that eek. We'll say eek. That sounds good to me. So anyway, here's, I'm going to go a little bit bigger. Here's our eek Tangelation. My handwriting is terrible, I apologize. But in this case, you know, you could really fill up your space, and to have a little bit of, you know, fun with this one, you could give yourself multiple areas in there. There we go. You know, another thing you could do is create an area like that. You could go in and add another. Say I wanted to add another one in here. We'll do that. And then I'm going to follow through with the same kind of pattern. And then maybe I'll do the same pattern there. You could also add some shading to it if you wanted. Another version of this. I need a better pencil. The Tangelation continued. There we go. Better pencil. Always have a couple pencils on hand. You never know when you're going to need them. We've seen this one multiple times, or variations of. So the other thing you can do, if you wanted, let's try this. That one I liked, just because it was a little fun and a little free flowing. I might go back and fix those ones if I really wanted. Back up here. So that turned out real good. So this is just basically creating a leaf-like pattern. With this Tangelation, which could be really, really interesting. Really, really organic and fun. And I'm gonna move here. I think I always start this one backwards. I don't know why. So don't be afraid. Move that. To move your book or your sheet of paper. Seems to work better that way. You know, you can fill up an area with these. Have a little bit of fun. Experiment and do different sizes. There you have it. So there are 3 versions of eek. And I'd say these two are probably my favorite. This one's okay. It would be, I think, a great background filler. I feel like I say that a lot with some of these tangles, but you know, if you have a bigger area, these two would be a nice, you know, filler to fill up some of that negative space. That's kind of it for those two. Let me move some of my stuff out of the way here. I have not worked on many of my projects here over the weekend. Kind of took a little hiatus. Need to work on some of my bookmarks. But our tangles, as always, are meant to be therapeutic and relaxing. And we will start off with our border. And this one's real fun. Let's start off with 3 dots. That looks good to me. You can really do yours anywhere you'd like. And then go and add a nice size circle around your dot. Now what we're going to do is go and add another circle around our dot. So there you have it. And then if you have room and you want to add another one, you can. If not, you could do something like this. Almost like a kind of an 8, figure 8 shape there. Maybe we'll go and add a circle there. And then maybe we get to a point where we kind of add a space for circles, but we'll kind of mimic the shape as best we can. And there you have it. Pretty easy lesson for today. I'm going to show you another Tangelation of this says. So we'll do says continued. I'm going to give myself another border. I'll go a little smaller here. Start with 3 dots there, and then maybe I'll do 3 there. So around each dot, we'll add a circle. And that one's going to get cut off a little bit. And let's go, matter of fact, we add a smaller one around there since I have a lot of space. If you can do this, great. If not, you can go and add another circle around yours. I had a lot of space there, so I don't want to use my space. I'm going to go through and add my 3rd circle around each one. Here we go. That's kind of the look I was going for. And then if you wanted, you could add these lines around here. Maybe you want to color this space in. Maybe you want to add another circle here and close it off there. Those overlapped a little bit. They're not that, not that great, but just practice. So this one's fun. You can kind of make it work however you want to. You could do a whole design with this one if you wanted. And then maybe we color in some of that negative space. And give ourselves some negative space there too. Again, mine are just practice, so they're not perfect, but so this is what our third pattern for the day. Kind of a quick and easy lesson today. That's okay. Some days we have days like that. Okay. So anyway, there's my other says design. And you can kind of, camera angle is not so good today, I apologize. So you can kind of do it as you see fit. You know, don't be afraid to try other materials. You saw me using watercolors at the beginning of this video. And if you wanted to try crayons, colored pencils, you are welcome to. I think maybe Thursday we'll experiment with. I wonder what I have. That we could experiment with. Maybe oil pastels. I got these ink pens. We could try to. Let's try this one. I went through here and added some shading onto my pieces. And I'm going to go through. I haven't sprayed this yet, so I'm going to try and be careful with it. Not to smudge. I'm going to go through and add into this space using some Tangle ideas that we've learned throughout our practice here, I guess. Again, trying not to touch too much. I have a fixative that I need to spray on here. If you don't have a fixative, aerosol hairspray works great. Just be careful putting a lot of hairspray on. Might make it shiny in some spots or could make it run. So I will add that there. And then I think my next step, I forget what this Tangelation is called. I'm going to add some little circles in my negative space. Just as a filler. And I'm kind of keep working my way through this one. I'd like to finish it soon. I feel like I've been working on it forever. This was one that I just painted in watercolor on the background. And then I went through and added the designs to it. But when I was preparing this, painting it, I knew I wanted these shapes on there. So that was how I ended up with those rounded patterns. Now, I didn't know what I wanted the rest to be. But that's okay. We'll play around and experiment a little bit. I'm using a size 3 micron pen. I think the rest of this was a size 8 because you can see the thicker lines here. The thinner ones are good for smaller designs and smaller, little patterns like this. But I might go through and trying to decide how I want this one to be displayed. Cast your opinion. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. I think I'll go through and add circles here too. It'll take a little bit of time. Now I did run pencil through just to get my design kind of set in place before I went through with my micron pen. Oops. I'm going to keep these close together as I can. I prefer to do the watercolor and then put my designs on. I feel like this one, I have to go over my lines because the watercolor kind of muddies that black a little bit, which is not much of a problem, but for me, I feel like I'm doing the same thing twice. And I don't like that feeling. So I prefer doing the painting first. Doesn't always work that way, but in an ideal situation, I would paint first and then add my design. But I was experimenting with you all to kind of see what worked better. And I don't know. Don't know what I want to do. Might go in with my pencil again. Maybe we'll do this little scribble pattern. I forget what this one's called. Not a good memory today, but that's okay. This is a nice filler, especially for small spaces. It's essentially just a real quick and easy scribble. You can give yourself a maze-like pattern if you want. And I think I will leave you here today. But, you know, that's a fun little pattern. Could work out really well anywhere you're transitioning colors, just to kind of keep it simple. I'll try and figure out something for here too. I'll have to put a little bit of thought into that, but I will let you go with that. I shared 3 designs with you today. Well, I guess 2, but Tangelations or variations of the 2 that I shared you. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to follow us on our website at sama-art.org or Facebook. All of our museums have a Facebook page, and we're all doing various activities or interviews, meet and greet with artists. We've got all kinds of wonderful things going on. We also have a donate button if you are able to contribute to our organization. And the best news I've heard is we are opening on Tuesday. We'll have abbreviated hours, I think 12 to 4:30. So if you are itching to get out, grab your masks, and we are following all safety guidelines from the CDC. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful day. I'll catch you Tuesday or Thursday.